All right.
Let's move on.
Yeah. This one's gonna probably take some time. So let's dive into this one. It's also
This
exciting.
one might actually be a deep dive. Charlotte FC, the new boys in town, managed by Miguel Ramirez. This was tough. I don't know I have no idea what their shape is going to look like, what their starting 11 might look like. So I took a guess because why not?
Yeah.
Cisniega in goal. I have him in a 4-3-3 with Harrison Awful, McCoon, Walks, and Fuchs in a back four. Alcivar, Franco, and Ruiz in a 3. And then ahead of them, Ortiz, Reyna, and Vinicius Melo. That's how I kind of think they'll start. Did they get better this window? Yes. They went from 0 players to players. Good job. What do you think they still need? Like, what part of this team do you think is missing?
What about I didn't think I heard his name, but what about their DP signing of, oh God, I'm gonna botch this, but it's like Swiderski?
Oh, the Polish striker, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't there when I prepped this, that he signed afterwards, and Swiderski, right? So
Yeah,
now,
I got to imagine he starts over Mello.
yeah, no, I'd imagine they start together. So I'm gonna say you drop. Oh gosh,
Yordi and someone. I would think
yeah,
Yordi.
I would drop Yordi and put Mello on the wing, and then Swiderski at striker. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch them build this team. One of the guys that I really like that they took in the draft was Ben Bender. He's got a really high ceiling. What do you think they still need to add? I mean, they're still building their roster, right?
Yeah, I think when you go through their lineup, I feel as though the defense is maybe their weaker point. I think Cisniega in goal is okay at best. It's not great. What? I mean, it's no Maxime Crepeau, but
the other person that I would talk about, and he also signed after I went through some of this,
Kalina.
Kalina.
Mm-hmm.
He played for Ludogorets last season. He has a Croatian second league title, a Bulgarian championship, and a Bulgarian Super Cup. So the guy knows how to win. I would reckon that he probably gets a start over Cisniega, actually.
I think so too. But I'd still, yeah, I'd feel a little bit uncertain just seeing as how he has no experience in this league.
You don't need experience to be a good goalkeeper in this league. The only person who's messed that up is Ray Simboli.
How many I'm trying to think of how many goalkeepers really come outside of the league and jump in. I think of a lot of guys, like the top ones have usually come through like the systems, like Crepeau, Turner, Blake.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm looking at some other players here that might fit into this team. What were you saying?
I was just saying about how I feel like a lot of the top goalkeepers come through the teams in this league, like Crepeau, Turner, Blake. I feel like
They all came out of college. I think outside of Crepeau.
yeah, but it's still like it wasn't like they were just signed from another team outside of the league, and yeah, I feel like they can be successful. Like Gaes is pretty good, Cornell. So it just seems like the top of the top usually are the guys that are very familiar with the league. But anyway, going way off tangent, I still feel like defense is a probably not. I'm not going to say it's a weak point for them, but I just think it's a weaker point. Like Walks and Lindsay in the back line, they're solid, but you know, I don't know if Lindsay's even gotten enough time to be like the out and out starter for a full season because he's always rotated with Zusi
Mm-hmm.
and like Walks is good. I think he's a little bit underrated, but you know that's just my opinion. I it's hard to say because this team hasn't played at all together.
Yeah, another person to keep an eye on would be Jan Sabinski. He's a center back out of Poland who has been working his way through the Polish system. He got purchased by Charlotte for 2 million in July of 2021 and has been on loan there until the season kicks off. So he will probably slide in as well. They could go into a 3-5-2 and play McCoon, Walk, Sabinski with Lindsay and Mora if they want to be more attacking, with Kalina in goal.
That's risky because they don't have the depth at center back to really do that.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
You also, I mean, you have Fuchs who can play at center back just as a pure defender, right? He's got the ability to do that. But then you can play on the wing or in the middle with Alcivar and Franco with, wingers of, like we were talking about, Ortiz, Melo, and Swiderski up top. There's a lot of ways this roster can go, and it'll be interesting to see what Ramirez does to bring it full circle. They definitely need a playmaker. There's not really a true out and out playmaker unless you want to count like Sergio Ruiz in that spot. So that might be something to look at. And again, if you're going to use wingers, you might want to get a little bit more depth there as well. For me, the best person they've brought in so far is Vinicius Melo. I think he's got massive upside for this team coming out of Internacional. He's young. He's 19 years old. It's going to take him a little bit to adapt, but I think he will be able to be the first person this team takes in for, I think I bought him for like 2 million and sells him for 4 or 5. But I think he's got really good upside, and is definitely one to be watching for sure.
I'm gonna say Swiderski for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think from what I saw, he had like 14 appearances. This is on Transmarket. 14 appearances and 6 goals so far for the Polish national team. It reminds me a bit of like Buksa, who's, he's in and around the Polish team as well. And if you can get a Buksa out of Swiderski, that's fantastic.
It's a very, very good start. Absolutely.
So, I kind of see like that's the potential there for him. So, I mean, if they got it, fantastic.
Yeah, love that. Biggest loss, Ismail Treasury-Shroudy, right?
How can you consider anybody a loss?
Just kidding. Yeah, there's obviously no loss there. Player to watch, I kind of just put the whole team in general, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
But Swiderski and Melo and all these bigger signings that are going to be the focal point of the guys you're going to want to watch for sure. What about you?
I would say kind of like the whole team as well. And then if I had to pick somebody, maybe Sergio Ruiz for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. What is your big question? I'm sure we will have the same one.
Yeah, I want to know how they line up.
Yep. I also, as a little bit of a nerd, I like to talk about tactics and play styles and stuff. So I'm interested to see kind of what roles and responsibilities some of these players have. Are they going to if they play Melo on the wing, are they going to let him be more of a free roaming, kind of tuck inside, drift out wide, kind of give him freedom? Swiderski, is he more of an out and out striker? Are they going to play target to him and run off him? What the shape is going to be? And the big one for me is how quickly is he going to be? And this is Miguel Ramirez now. How quickly is Ramirez going to be to make changes to things that don't work? Right. We've seen that hurt a lot of startup teams where they don't change their style. They don't change their shape. They don't change anything when things aren't going well and they end up missing the playoffs. How quickly is he to make a hook, make a change, and see what they can get out of it? That's something I'll be watching. All right, where do you got them finishing?
This is going to be the hardest team out of any team we go over to place where they finish.
Yep.
But it's hard to say that with the quality that this league has been producing, it's I think a lot harder to say that this team will like jump right in and like immediately have a huge impact and like storm up the standings. So I want to be a little bit more cautious. I want to like give them a pretty big range because I just have a lot of uncertainty. Like I think the potential is high for them. Like I could see them maybe. I don't know if I see them higher than like the lower part of the playoffs, but I could see them possibly making the playoffs. Maybe like 6 to like 11.
That's a big range. It's like half the league.
I don't really know how to place them. It's hard.
I don't disagree. The way that I see it is going to take a little bit of time for them to get things going. Kind of like Austin, they'll make a push. They'll be in it a little bit. They'll drop off. I'm going to say 7 to 10 in the East. Maybe they slip in, but probably not.